Podcast number 1. Please work.
Yeah, man, I hope so.
Right, where's my keys? I'm in Dan's car because my air ride's broke. These the keys, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Manual Mark 7.
Manual, man.
We're going to keep it away from the car. Jeez, sounds throaty. I was going to keep it away from the car, but
Do you want
sounds
to turn it off? Turn it down on the old little...
Maybe, yeah. Maybe, yeah.
You can't even tell, man. You can't even tell till you start rolling.
Making pee
mate.
right now.
Yeah,
Making
man.
pee while we're in the car.
Mate.
Right. Hello and welcome to the new podcast, Picking Up Strangers. Today we have got a special guest. I'm going to introduce him the way I actually know him. In the last year of my life, I've attracted a few different people, and one person that shined massively is Dan.
Nice one, man.
Dan owns one of the coolest companies. He's one of the coolest entrepreneurs that I've ever crossed paths with. He's created something in a market what should not be so accessible.
You're bigging me up right now.
No, I'm telling
this
the truth, man.
Sick,
This guy has made a market in the most affordable car mod you can do for your car. And that is to rip your back wiper off, throw it in the bin,
and stick on a kilowipers.com wiper delete.
So he makes pieces of glass that go on the back of a car window, and he makes the best life for himself doing it.
I say that, but I've got 2,600 orders on back order, but it's pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty
He's
cool,
busy.
isn't it, man? Yeah,
You're busy.
Seven
You're busy.
days. Like you, man. I think that's why we become like pretty close, isn't it, man? Like we both kind of live pretty mental lives, like 7 days a week, non-stop. Do you know what I mean? Like
Up and down,
yeah,
all
that's it,
over
man.
the place, sideways.
Yeah, man, it's
Everything.
mad, isn't it?
So me and Dan got chatting through. Dan gave me a wiper delete kit for my Mark 7 Golf, which is similar to what I'm currently sat in. My Mark 7 Golf's broken, so for my first podcast, I wanted to be in the Golf R. But today we're in Dan's car, which is a Mark 7 GTI Edition 40.
Yeah, man.
Which makes things a little bit different, which is cool.
Yeah, man.
So I wanted Dan to be my first guest because you've just helped me for nothing.
Yeah, man.
Like-
It doesn't. Yeah, man. I just like I do it. You know what? I've helped out loads of my mates with like businesses and stuff like that, but I don't know. We just like get on so well. You know what I mean? I don't want anything from you, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's one of them, innit? Like I class you as one of my close mates. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
same, man. Same.
Speak nearly every day, don't we? It's
Yeah.
mad. Like what you doing? Is like, I'm printing them. I'm cutting kits.
We don't
you know?
hang out much though, do we? But
No,
because
no.
we're so busy doing our
That's
own
it,
thing.
man. Yeah, but when we see each other, it's like, you know what I mean? It's sick, innit? So
Picking Up Strangers, episode 1, Dan Tetlow from kilowipers.com. He's an inspirational entrepreneur, and we're going to learn a little bit more about him. Let's go for a drive.
sick. Let's go, man.
Let's go for a drive. I've never driven a manual Mark 7, so this is going to be fun as well.
Yeah, man.
It's what brake is it?
460 horsepower front wheel drive, man.
460 horsepower front wheel
Yeah.
drive. Well,
absolutely-
we're going to do a car review in the future, so today's more about the entrepreneurial chat.
Yeah,
innit?
cool, man.
Cool,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Sick, man.
So I'm going to hit you with a pretty savage first question.
Yeah, go for it, man.
What the hell gave you the idea to make a piece of glass for someone's back window?
Right, so I had the name Kilo Wipers in like 2013, and everyone was deleting the back wiper. So like since the 90s, since Max Power, everyone's deleted the back wipers, yeah. But like in the Max Power days, people used to smooth it off. And then as we got into 2000s, everyone just started putting Halfords rubber bungs in, and they look absolutely awful. Or like go screw fix and stick a massive plumber's bung in the back, and it just looked awful. And to be fair, I've seen this other guy in Germany doing it for years, but he never turned up on time, which is kind of the place I'm in now. Maybe because he was so busy, man.
Cutting wipers.
Yeah, and I thought, you know what, I can do this better, because he didn't fit the best either. So because I'm a bit OCD, I started sampling stuff through my dad, and yeah, man, I don't know, it just kind of spiraled out of control. My first hour that I started it, I made like £250, and I was making like £500 a week at my job at the time. And then it's kind of just gone pretty mental since then. Like it's just
Full throttle.
Yeah, it's not stopped, man. And the reason why I actually got off my ass and went and did something. Sorry, swearing.
Nah, it's cool. Don't worry.
Yeah, is that all right?
Do your thing, lad.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
So the reason I got off my backside to go and do something was because Leanne said she was having a baby. with obviously me.
Leanne's his missus.
She was saying, I'm pregnant, and I was like, I do not want to be broke.
Yeah, you want to support. You want to do something that gives you a bit of drive and success.
That's it, man.
I've just swerved into the middle of the road to go over a middle speed bump and nearly annihilated the postman.
You might have to go at an angle on this one. Touches cloth, mate. This is why I'm getting air ride this.
You're going for the air ride?
Yeah. I bought it. I just need to go and get it from down south.
Right,
so, yeah, man.
There's a question I wanted to ask you because it's something that both me and you, I think we both have a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
How would you say if somebody messaged you and said, or you bumped into somebody in the street and they said to you, how do you come up with so many ideas? You've got cool t-shirts, you've got detail and products, you've got your branding, your logo, the concept idea of your brand. From start to finish, you've got that creative spark inside you.
Yeah.
What would you say to people if someone said, how do you come up with so many ideas? What would you say to that person?
I'd say, well, for me, I don't stop thinking about it. I kind of obsess on stuff, man. I don't know if you do the same. Like, if I've got an idea,
like channel all your energy into that project.
Man, yeah, I can't stop thinking about it until, like, the second I go to sleep. When I close my eyes, I'm still thinking about it until I fall asleep, and that's when all my ideas come. I don't know about you; it happens different for everyone, but I feel like I don't know. I manifest it, man. Like, literally, I think about it the second I wake up to the second I go to sleep. I'm constantly thinking about my next thing. So if you've got an idea or you've got a product, or you literally just got to absorb every single bit of your being into it and action it, man, because you can think about stuff and dwell about stuff, but if you don't actually do something about it, it's never going to happen.
Yeah, it takes like the smallest little piece of like physical activity to sometimes just spiral into something insane.
Exactly, man.
That is something I would agree with.
Yeah, you can take the smallest idea, which is, everyone says to me, oh, I wish I could come up with such a simple idea, but it's everything about it. It's the brand name, the logo, how the kit fits, how it's packaged, absolutely every little tiny detail to make the entire thing is what I think about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the whole operation. One businessman I really look up to in the States, his name's Clay Goldsmith. He owns hyperbikes. Like, he sells BMXers to the mainstream through like Walmart and stuff. And one piece of advice Clay gave me that never ever ever left me was, it's all in the details.
Yeah, it is, man.
You can do anything in the world, but if you've got the details right, you've got the details right. So it's like every step of the way of the details are the difference. So as an example, you might be posting a picture of yourself to push your brand or a clothing company or something, and if you've got quirky pants on, that little detail can just give you that jump.
Exactly, yeah.
To somewhere else.
Is
the parts of your business where you focus on the details?
Yeah, man. Every little bit, man. Like, I always try, like for instance, like, you know, that design You're Next with the Reaper on it, yeah. And it's like, on the sleeve, obviously kill all wipers, and then I've got the satanic pentacle star, but it's made out of wiper blades. And
and that's details.
Yeah, that's a detail. Do you know what I mean? And so many people, like, someone came in the other day, and they were looking at it, and it was like, oh, I really like the stars on the arm, and I was like, if you actually look at them, the wiper arms made into a pentacle star. I was like, no way, that's so sick, that. And it's those little bits that I'm constantly thinking about, man, yeah. Even on the back of my branding, like, it says condolences of the death of your wiper, but it literally is that small, you'd have to read the back of it to absorb that, like, tiny little things, you know what I mean?
And when you started Kill All Wipers, did you sort of start it because you were obsessed with D-Wiper and stuff, or did you sort of do it because you were like, it might work, and then you became like enhanced on the idea once it was flowing?
Yeah, I thought there was definitely a market there for it.
A gap.
Yeah, and the way that I was going to do it would be better than anyone else, because I believe in myself and I believe in my ideas, and I had all these ideas, and I'd been thinking about them for 4 years prior to when I actually started even actioning it. Do you know what I mean? So I had all this energy built up inside, and then I was like, bang, literally, it was like my back was against the wall. It was like, we're having a baby. It was like, I'm gonna work on this idea, because it's like,
gonna go full send.
Yeah. And now it's like, I work 7 days a week. I employ my missus. My mum works for me part time. I did have another lad working for me. It's just like, I was working out I started off on a tiny IKEA desk, and now I've got 1,000 square foot unit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, your unit's lovely. I've just been and checked
man,
it out.
Cheers, man.
It's good to see from my perspective. I've never been to your warehouse and stuff.
Yeah.
To see that as like a growing business, it's quite apparent that you are evolving both physically and mentally as a company and an individual.
Definitely, man.
Pushing.
That's it, man. It's mad because like obviously it's worldwide. I've shipped to every country in the world now, which is I still think's absolutely sick. Like, but it's that busy. Like, I'm trying to, you know, at the first, like, you know, when you start something, say like when you're learning to BMX ride, and you're like trying to push this ball up the hill, you're trying to learn tricks or whatever. I was trying to get my business off the ground. Now it's like it's going that fast. I'm trying to chase the ball back down the other side of the hill.
Yeah, trying to position it so it's smoother.
Yeah, that's it,
so the beast's moving, and you're like, how can I get it to move in sync?
Yeah, how can I get my orders out quicker? How can I cut them quicker? You know what I mean? And that's what I'm thinking about all the time, and I literally live and breathe this. This is my life, do you know what I mean? And
it's like your baby.
Yeah, and I think it's like BMXing at one point in your life was all you ever did, like, and that's why you were so good at it, do you know what I mean? And you're still fucking, sorry.
Yo, go on.
Yeah, you're still amazing at BMXing, but at one point that's all you wanted to do, and look how far you got, man.
Yeah, 100%. It's weird. Like BMX for me when I was like 18.
Yeah.
I'd say around that time, like 16, 17, 18. I would say more towards 17, 18 to be fair.
Yeah.
Like there was a tipping point where like it was like someone plugged me in.
Yeah.
On like lithium or something, and was like I just didn't care. It was like I didn't care about university, jobs, college, school. Nothing mattered to me other than being a pro BMX rider.
Yeah.
And like at the moment with like OWNA and stuff, it's the first time since that, when I think now, like in like a 12-year scale.
Yeah.
Since that day, because it was probably what am I now, 31, so 13-year scale.
Yeah.
I often think I don't remember much in between feeling like I do today about OWNA.
Yeah.
To wanting to be a pro BMXer.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, and it's weird. Like, I don't know how much we'll delve into it. Maybe it's for another podcast or another day. I want it to be a little bit more about you today.
Yeah, no worries, man.
One thing I would say, which sort of struck me before, I went to counselling.
Yeah.
And
I have as well.
Yeah, and that's why I'm mentioning it, because I wouldn't mind asking you a little bit about that and how that relates to your business and stuff.
Yeah, man.
But like, I had like a lot of anxieties going through my BMX career into like later levels of my BMX career, my YouTube career, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like a few months ago that I started to go to counselling.
Yeah.
And I got to know myself to the degree where I had like the ability to truly aim again.
Yeah, of course,
so
man.
You can think you've got aims, but you don't. Would you agree that you don't have aims until you like believe in them?
Yeah, honestly, I believe everything I think in my mind. Like, so for instance, I honestly think kilo wipers will be turning over millions at some point, and I don't know how long that's going to take. I don't care how many days it's going to take.
I was going to say, do you care?
No, it's going to happen, and I physically and honestly believe it in my mind, man. Like, it's happened already in the future. Like, I believe in fate, me, and like I feel like I've unlocked this part of my mind, like that,
where you can get busy and as busy as you need to get.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter. I'll put in the work. It's going to happen. Like you at one point maybe you was like, I'm going to be a pro BMXer. You definitely did say that to yourself. That's all you believed in. That's all you wanted. Mate, you achieved it.
Eat, breathe, sleep.
Exactly, mate. And I think that's what it takes for anyone. Like
self-convinced to the moon and back.
Yeah. There's no anxieties about it. It's like
it stops your anxieties.
It does, man. Yeah. I mean, I've been to counselling for like, because I've got like depression and stuff just like from my childhood and whatnot. But I think social media's got is mad, man. Like, I think that can give you a lot of anxieties as well. You know, especially if it's like YouTube and people judging you and stuff. But I think as long as you know who you are and know yourself, it's literally, it doesn't even matter, man. Like, it's mad how like one negative person can make. I have to check, you know, I have to check myself and go, just one person, like, it doesn't matter. I know who I am. I know where I'm going. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's that's part of it, innit? Like you say, you know yourself more now.
It's like if you can reverse, like when I was younger, when I was 18 and I was like, I'm going to be a pro BMX rider.
Yeah.
All this anxiety and fear and like all that stuff lived in me from stuff that was happening when I was like younger and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was sort of like 16, I had a group of friends who were into like smoking a lot of weed and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I never had like the best experience with that stuff.
Yeah.
And then like I was like so like it's kind of hard to describe, but like I knew it wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was all around me. So I used that sort of fear as a superpower.
Yeah, you
put
flipped
in
it.
a different direction.
Yeah, man. Yeah, honestly, like I feel like all of my, I used to be in metalcore bands, me. So yeah.
I only knew that recently, to be fair.
Yeah.
You're sharing a lot of screamo band stuff.
Yeah, man. So like, when I was like 18, I was started a band. Yeah, I was proper angry, but I put all of my negative energies into this band. Yeah, so like we was playing with like Bring the Horizon, who I'm going watching next week at an arena. It's like Architects. They're absolutely huge now, and like it doesn't matter what I've put my mind to, I've done it. Do you know what I mean? Like if I put my mind to it 100% and you put it all in, it happens, man. It's just a matter of time. That's all it is.
A matter of time, I do agree
but it
with
takes
that.
you. That's what I do. I like any negative energies, I try and absorb in and then put it back out into something positive that's going to impact me in a positive way. Do you know what I mean?
And it's weird how much it can be either or. Like it's weird how like if you've got energy, you've got energy. It's where you put that energy.
It is,
so
man. Yeah.
You're either like super motivated on a project or you're super bored or super unfocused or super. Yeah. There's the word super before every feeling that you could possibly think of.
Yeah.
Pick your feeling.
Yeah, that's it, man. It's like if I'm oh mate, it's just mental. Like I don't know. I just feel like if you've got it up here and you've got something negative going on in your life and there's something you want to do, just put it into that, because you can make anything happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then you can start a business. You can whatever. If it's you want to be a photographer or you know what I mean, just start, man. It doesn't matter what you've got. Like I started Killer Wipers on £100, and last year we turned over like 260,000+ pounds, man. And it's just like
it's a lot of turnover. I mean? It's entrepreneurial, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Anyone can make something of themselves. You've just got to.
So what would you recommend people who watch the channel right now?
Yeah.
What would you say that if they're sitting there thinking, Jesus, that's me, I want to do that, that's me right now, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
How would you recommend they find their calling?
You know what it takes? I don't know. It takes time, you know. Because
would you agree you can't force creativity?
No, you've got to. You can't force it, man. You just can't. You've got it. It comes at so many. For me personally, it comes at so many sporadic different times. Mainly before I go to sleep, and it's mad because you were telling me about The Secret, that book. Like, go and listen to The Secret because it's so mad, Harry's told me some mad stuff about this book, and it's all about manifesting and truly, honestly believing in what it is that you want to achieve. But I always say you've got to have a goal. Without a goal, it's like if you type in the sat nav and you haven't got a postcode, you ain't going to get there. So you've got to have
a healthy aim in your life.
Yeah. No matter what it is, people have come up to me. You know what? Someone came up to me at the the meet we had. Yeah. And they said, "Oh my God, I can't believe Harry's here. I used to watch him on YouTube years ago, and literally I wanted to be a pro BMXer because of him."
That's sick.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And that's mad, and that's all because you've inspired someone by acting on what you wanted to do. Do you know what I mean? And I think if someone's in a position where they kind of don't know what they want to do, don't worry about it, because I'm a college dropout. I've started 4 businesses and 3 of them have failed. It's like failure isn't a loss; it's always a lesson.
Failure's a lesson, 100%.
Yeah, like you've had multiple clothing brands and you've probably learned lessons along the way. And I was selling stuff on eBay at 15, and I felt like that was training for today. Yeah. Like I'm 35 now. I feel like 20...
Go on, sorry lad, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's right, man. Yeah, like 20 years ago, I was training to where I'm at now, which is shipping thousands of kits.
It's mad, isn't it?
Month, yeah.
Mad how it was all a build up to
to now,
having your stuff together for today's date. Yeah. No, it's inspirational, man. It really is, and I think you definitely looked at business a different way than me. So as soon as we got chatting, I was like more into like the brand side of my business,
Yeah.
but you definitely made me think a little bit more like logistically about my business.
Yeah.
Like, what about trade shows? Get this,
Yeah,
and this
man,
where you
yeah.
get a stand from.
Defo.
You got to think, you might not even think about it. Like, I have to give credit to Steve Fraser as well right now on the video.
Yeah.
If you're watching S30 BMX on Instagram, you made me come to Cumbria Vag.
Yep.
And I seen your stand and your gazebo and you were trading, you were selling gear. I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
Then I was like to Steve, mate, you should get a trade stand and you should bring Offset here. Why are you not doing that? He was like, why are you not doing it? I was like, oh my God, I'm getting a stand, that's it. And then like 2 weeks later, I was at, Jesus,
what show was it?
What was the first show? Anyway, first show happened.
Mate, smashed it, didn't you?
At the first show, killed it, good gazebo, good trade stand. But I think you definitely look at business more logistically than I do.
Yeah, yeah.
I look at business like, I don't know, more like, I don't know, I wouldn't know how to say it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how to
Mate,
say
I've
it.
got bare ideas for OWNA, man. I swear down, man. I've got so many ideas for you. No, I don't want anything from you. I just want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. Is like, because we're so like-minded, I think that's honestly why we get on. Like,
Well, it
it's
attracts growth, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, man. Yeah, but it's
attracts
cool to
growth.
see what other ideas other people have got as well, and it might trigger something. Like, do you know what I mean? You go into every single car show now, and you know what the best bit is? Actually meeting the people that are on the other side of the computer, like the people who are actually supporting you. The true, you know what I mean? Your people, man. Do you know what I mean?
This is something I've learned recently as well. Is I do believe there's a difference in a fan and a supporter.
Definitely, man.
I think a fan is someone who is into the boom.
Yep.
I think people probably think they're fans now, but they're actually supporters.
Yeah.
I think a supporter is somebody who's like, I support your vision along the way.
Yeah, man.
Whether that's Dan doing Screamo, whether that's Dan doing Kill All Wipers, one of the other brands that you were doing. I mean, what is your background? Where did you come from before Kill All Wipers?
So my first job was Starbucks, man.
Was
I
it?
dropped out of college. My mum's on my back going, you need to get a job. And I'm like, at this point, I was doing 3 part-time jobs anyway, but it was just like rubbish little jobs. But I always think like, I've just got to do what I've got to do to get where I'm going. That's what I always say is like, I've just got to do this now, and my vision's over here, but I've got to do this little rubbish job now, but I'm gonna get there. And keep focused on it, man. But
focus on the aim and be flexible on the focus on the vision and be flexible on the what would you call that?
On the path,
on the journey,
on the journey, man. Like, it's all part of the journey, man. Like, I used to stand out in the cold, mate, and flyer, man, at like till 3 a.m. for like clubs and stuff. And I didn't want to be out there at 3 a.m. But I just needed the money to try and start my next business. Or, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think I come from, basically, after dropping out of college, I did graphic design, 3D art, and I did computing. Realised basically 2 of those weren't really for me, but graphic design was like something I was really interested in. So I dropped out and I just sat on Photoshop, and I'm like professional grade Photoshop just by sitting at home basically. I had a snide copy of Adobe Photoshop that my mate gave me back in, I don't know, 19 years ago, and I literally sat on Photoshop, and then from then I started my own brand on MySpace, man.
What was that called?
Bloodshed Clothing.
Bloodshed Clothing. I do feel like maybe I heard of that.
Yeah, it was, and like,
did it do well?
You did all right, man. Yeah, so it was like,
what's all right?
No, like, I think, mate, I'm probably like 17, 18 at this point. I did like $1,000, man, and I was like, oh my God, do you know what I mean?
Good, it's good. You're selling a brand. People are buying it. It means you're good at what you do.
Mate, I was selling t-shirts, mate, pins. You remember everyone was into the pins hype.
And what are your thoughts on, how important do you think, like, listening to people and asking for advice, and more importantly, criticism, how important would you say that is to you?
I think listening to people is like, it's a key thing, but if a lot of people, you know what's mad? A lot of people are naysayers, aren't they? They don't believe in you, and I think you just dead that, man. Just don't anyone tells you, mate. I got laughed at. I got tumbleweed in a WhatsApp group saying I'm going to start a wiper delete brand. No one replied, man. I've even got the screenshots from years ago.
When you say no one replied, who was in the WhatsApp group? Just friends and that?
Loads of car guys, man.
Loads of car
Loads
guys.
of car guys, man.
So it was like a car scene group.
Yeah, and not a single person replied, man.
Did they not?
And then like a year later, then the same people are asking, can you be on your stand at Ultimate Dubs?
Can I buy a wiper delete kit? So on.
So I think negativity, just don't listen to it. Even if it's your mum, your dad, your gran, and they're saying, I don't think it's a good idea. If you think it's a good idea and you've got the vision, just send it, man. Because
if you can see it, the chances are it's probably able to exist.
Exactly, man.
If you can't see it yourself, it means that you're like, and when I say see it, I mean it's like, it's got to be like every idea I've ever had. So like being a BMX pro, then making big scale video projects like Harry Mania, then going to
that was sick as well, by the way.
Then going to like, nice one, lad. Yeah. Then going to like, we did a project called Line 9, which was like me being a YouTuber before I was an actual YouTuber.
No way, man.
Then the YouTube channel, then OWNA, obviously a few bits in between that. But the one thing I would always say is, the ideas that have always worked for me, I don't know whether you agree with this, the vision was crystal clear.
Yeah, man. Mate,
so you could see the products, you could see the outcome, you could see the...
Mate, I had the logo in my head already. Like, it's the logo you see now, and I know it's the best logo for my brand and any other brand.
It's a sick logo.
Yeah, no one's gonna ever beat that, and they're just not. And that's not me being big-headed. Like, look at it. Kill all wipers. It's a Grim Reaper instead of a scythe. It's got a wiper arm. I mean, mate,
it's sick.
And this is the stuff I'd think about before I go to sleep, and I'd write it down, and do you know what I mean? I had all these goals that I wanted to do. As like, this is going to be super branded. It's going to be cool. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to sell merch. I'm going to sell like literally everything. I had it planned out, and at this point, I'd not even made a wiper delete yet. Do you know what I mean? So
you just knew what you wanted the whole like overall vibe to be about.
Yeah. Well, obviously from being in metalcore bands, you can see like it's death and this, that, and the other, but it all.
Bit more hardcore.
Yeah. It's definitely like Killer Wipers is basically a piece of me, man. It's me. Do you know what I mean? Like
it's
every
sick.
bit of the branding, like the ideas. It's all just the stuff I'm inspired by that I like. So
everyone watching right now might be thinking, "Oh, that's sick. This brand's killing it. Straight sailing. Smashed it since day one." Has there been up, down moments as well as up moments?
Always, man. Always.
Like roller coaster-ish.
Yeah, man. When you get massive tax bills you weren't expecting because your accountant messed them up, and then you've got to find the money, or do you know what I mean? Like,
when you say find the money, you've got to lose profit.
Yeah, just like I've had before now in the past, I've had like a massive tax bill and it just fully wiped me out to zero, man. And I mean zero. And this is business, though, man. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. I take the rough with the smooth because this is what I want to do. I could go and get a 9 to 5 and it'd have an easy life and just pay
finish at 5 o'clock and think, oh, I might wash my car or go and walk the dog or something.
Yeah. But I'll finish at 5 a.m. because I've got a trade show at the weekend, which it's got to be done. Do you know what I mean? But that's business. I think that's life as well, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, bad things happen, good things happen.
That's like a lot of people were saying to me. We went to Gravity the other day, which was like a pretty savage car show.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were saying, Jesus, man, you're killing it. Like, mate, like, you're selling so much stuff on the day at the stands and stuff. I was like, mate, like, last night I was printing clothing till 1:45 in the morning.
Exactly.
And in 4:15 in the morning,
you were back on the road.
I was like, moving my golf off my drive. And I was like, and I'd worked from 7:30 in the morning before 1:45. So I'm talking, what's that, 18 hours?
Yeah, man.
18 hours or something like that. And then that's like straight up variable things.
Mental stuff going on, you know what I mean?
Conversations, meetings, so on, all over the place. Then you're like at the trade show the next day. I come home from like the trade show at like 4 o'clock. I had to clean up a load of dog crap.
Oh my God.
Up the wall, bro. Like,
yeah, it's mental, innit?
But it's nice for people like you to come on this podcast, and what this podcast's about. It's about me just enjoying other people's values. And when I met you, one thing I knew you were willing to do was put the grind in.
Yeah, man, you've got to grind it out. Like, I always say this to myself. Like, I pretty much talk to myself all the time, to be fair. Like, but I say like, there's a reason
out loud or inside the head.
Oh no, mate, I say it out loud, man. Mate, definitely out loud. I'm like, I'll be there, and maybe I'm feeling like rubbish because I'm up the wall with all these orders and I've got bare people on my back or whatever. But I say to myself, no one, like, there's only reason why there's 1% of people that run their own business, or, do you know what I mean, run their own brands, whatever, yeah. And I say because it's not for everyone, because A, not willing to put the work in, and it was never going to be easy, man. And nothing that is easy is worth doing, man. Like it's the journey, like from where I've come from. Like, I come from a proper rubbish background, like poor, man, like seriously poor, but it gave me the drive, man. I turned that negative energy into where I am now. Do you know what I mean?
It's like a form of escapism, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, man.
It's a form of escapism. Like, some people smoke, some people take drugs, some people do alcohol, some people have many mad addictions or
of course,
weird things. Some people self-harm, and any way they can escape a feeling for a minute.
Yeah.
I think you can channel like entrepreneurialism. Is that what we call it?
Call it that.
People know what I'm trying to say, though, don't people?
Yeah.
You can turn like a problem, and I feel like a business gives you a result back.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like, it might take 1 year, might take 10 years, but
the journey's better than the result anyway. So it's like the harder the grind is,
exactly,
the
man,
better it is. But yeah.
Sorry, Trav, I've just pressed the button, and you got
button there, lad.
Yeah, sorry, man.
So yeah, no, it's sick, man. So I think it's inspirational to see that you're killing the game.
Cheers, man.
Sick to be round someone that's like-minded, because I don't meet many people that have got like the buzz, man, to just go.
Mate, we've had some mad talks, and that's why I think you said, like, let's do this, like the first one, because me and Harry have had some absolutely mental.
We never get enough time to do it either.
No, we don't, man. We've had some mental talks, and I think we're both on the same wavelength with a lot of stuff, aren't we? And it's like, you've got to put the grind in, you know, you've got to have the vision. Like, it's all in your mind, man. The mind is the biggest muscle on your body, I think. Like, if you don't work your mind out, you're going to be depressed, or do you know what I mean? Like,
and each little bit that you're unlocking your mind is like, each little bit that you unlock in your head, would you agree that, like, it like trains your mind to unlock more and more and more and more?
I've said to you, and I feel like I've unlocked part of my brain where I'm so sure of myself, and I'm so sure of what's going to come and what's going to happen, that it happens. Like, it's them positive vibrations. If you go on listen to The Secret, it'll make more sense. But if you put out stuff, like if you go around saying, I don't know, I'm going to be a pro BMXer, and you're actually acting on it, it's going to happen, man. Like, it is like,
if you can see it in your mind.
Yeah, and you put it out into the universe, man. It's mad, innit, man? I don't know.
It's very, very crazy. Like, the art of manifestation's the biggest skill that no one even knows that I ever learned. Like, people think, his skills, like, to build brand, make clothing, I don't know, ride BMX, ride MTB, make YouTube videos. The biggest skill I ever learned, ever, and I have to say thanks to a guy called Scott Fairgreat in Scotland. He builds houses, he's had council estates, he's had all sorts, as far as I'm aware. He's had big, I don't even think they were council estates, to be fair, but I think he like re-renovated housing estates. I could be wrong. He's owned skate parks, brands. He's now doing like a pretty cool project with his two lads where they do like brand building with other companies and stuff. I wouldn't want to say too much because I don't know too much about the guy. But at the time I did a BMX jam with him in Scotland, and he gave me like a book and said, you need to read this book. You don't realise you're already doing it, but it'll take you places. So I was like, whatever, it's a book, chucked it. This book, man, just keeps coming and keeps coming and keeps coming. And it taught me the art of manifestation, and the art of manifestation will take you genuinely where you want to be. You could say you want to be somewhere, but if you don't genuinely want to be there, it won't take you there.
You've got to believe it, man.
It will take you where you want to be. So if you say out loud, I want to be homeless,
you will end up homeless eventually.
Because the universe reads it as homeless. And
it's because it's on your mind as well all the time. So if you're constantly thinking, I'm going to be homeless, honestly to God, you will be homeless. Like, it's just mental, man. But I think a lot of, for me, your mind is so powerful. Like, and if you want to, is there anyone out there who's, I don't know, you've got some idea, man, just act on it and just keep. It doesn't matter even if it's not your full-time job right now.
I always think as well, like, people who, like, there's like 65 million people in England or something.
Yeah.
And like, let's say like 30 million of them people have good ideas. let's say 30 million people are creative. Let's say 15 million people have good ideas. Let's say 5 million people act on the idea.
Yep.
Let's say 2 million people act twice on the idea. Let's say 1 million people or something. I'm just using figures, but what I'm saying is, it's not that hard to do something sick.
No, it's not, man. It just isn't. And I've turned a wiper delete into a full-blown brand that I've shipped to every country in the world.
That's sick.
Out of my garden, man. At one point, I was in my garden, you know what? I had a 3x4 meter log cabin. Then I knocked down my garage and I built a brick garage with it's like a bungalow. And then within 9 months, I moved out of that and now I'm
into your office and stuff now.
And it's just like,
how many years old is Kill All Wipers?
Officially started as a limited company 2018.
Nice.
But I was working on stuff in the background like 2015, man. Just messing about, you know what I mean?
That's sick, innit?
Yeah, it's mad, innit, man?
Yeah. So it's been like a 6-year project to now, sort of thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, I was actually a fashion designer for 11 years, and
for clothing.
Yeah, and I never went to.
Was that after Starbucks?
Yeah. So after Starbucks, I ended up working like a surf shop, selling Volcom, Nixon, Vans. Mate, I was like the best at selling Vans shoes, man. Slip-ons were the one, mate. I was banging them out all day, like, mate, insane. Like, I loved that place. That taught me a lot of sales skills and people skills as well, because it was like face to face and
to look at perspective before like assumption type thing.
Yeah, it was just like, I don't know, it just taught me loads about communicating to people. And
communication's huge, isn't it? Communication's like, I would say, like, people usually fall off when they lack in communication.
Definitely, man.
Communication comes before everything in like skill.
Definitely. Like, what annoys me is like when, so I'll treat everyone exactly the same. So if I go to McDonald's, I will speak to them exactly the same way I speak to my mum, like the CEO of a company. It doesn't matter who you are, yeah. But I think Starbucks and working in retail, it taught me, like, if you're, communicate. People buy into you as a person as well, yeah. So if you're
even in an individual aspect,
exactly, man. So people like say they like you, they'll buy into your brand as well. Like, even do you know what I mean? Because they like you as a person, and I think, as long as you're kind to people and you treat people how you want to be treated, I think
with gratitude,
that comes back to you 10 times more. And
because you project what you are. It's like if you close your eyes now and you'd open your eyes like as a little exercise, like a little bit longer than a normal blink.
Yeah.
Everything you're looking around and everything you see is your own. Either you could say mess, if it's negative what you're looking at and you're not happy with where you are in your life. If you are happy with where you are in your life, you've done that.
Yeah, of course, man.
You could literally like spend every penny that you make and book a flight right now to Australia, move to Australia if you're living in the UK, and you'd change the whole frequency of your life in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Your life would be totally different. Your future friends, your future partners, your future business opportunities, your future this, your future that. Your frequency can be changed as fast as like a television remote, because that's frequency.
Yeah.
So if you get a television remote and you turn it to channel 1, you don't really think or care how it ends up channel 1. You just press the button and you trust that it'll change.
Yep.
But quite a lot of people, they don't see that you can change your own life that easily if you just make it right.
You can. I think what you put out, like the whole universe thing again, I know we're getting like, it's pretty spiritual, like it's pretty mad in it.
And
really.
Would you say you're quite a spiritual person?
I don't believe in God. I just believe in myself. I'd rather believe in myself than a God. Like,
you'd rather keep it internal than external.
Yeah, I'd rather believe in me and everything that I've got up here, and I don't know. I'm a really confident person. Like, I have no qualms with myself. Like, I know exactly who I am. I know how I dress. I still dress like I did. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just know exactly who I am, man, and I don't need to believe in a God to tell me what's right and wrong. Like, my grandma and granddad and my mum and dad, like, brought me up in such a way, do you know what I mean? Like, to be kind, to be, you know what I mean, to be truthful, etc., yeah. But I think if you're a negative person or whatever, like, if what you're putting out comes back 10 times more, 1,000%. If you're being negative online, loads of people are going to jump on your back and go, yeah, mate, what are you talking about? Or, do you know what I mean? If you're positive and you...
Or even if you were, like, wanted to be negative to somebody and you achieved publishing that negative comment, and you knew deep down it made that person not feel great, what kind of a life is that to enjoy that as a...
But what'll happen is you'll end up feeling 10 times worse by posting that comment, because other people will come back to you and say, yeah mate, shut up, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know, if more people actually put time into positivity and thinking about something and actually doing something in their lives, all that negative energy they can turn into a positive energy and actually make something of their lives. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, man. If you want to be an artist, if you want to be a tattoo artist, just go and draw, man. Just
go and draw, start something, go and get a pad and a pen and a piece of paper, draw stuff that looks like tattoos, go to somewhere and say, these are my drawings, what criticism have you got for me, so I can get to a place where I've got an apprenticeship. The chances are they'll probably just say you can start today. Yeah, exactly. If you've been on it enough, it'll happen. Like one of my friends, Amy Bray, I remember seeing her. This is another person who's manifested exactly what they wanted, and they used to draw. She used to draw every single day and night, man. She worked in a little rubbish bar in Manchester, and all she did was draw, man. Every time I seen her, I'd go around. Is she a tattoo artist now? Mate, she's got her own studio, and she's like 27 or something, and she's had her own studio for like 5 years, mate. Yeah. She went and handed in all of her drawings into a tattooist place. She got an apprentice, and she was there like 6 to 8 months, and then she opened up her own place because she was that good, mate. Because that's what she wanted to be, mate. Do you know what I mean? At 27 as well. Yeah. Then the fun starts. She opens one, could chain it out, open another one. Exactly. Get her own artists in. Yeah, she's got other artists in there now. You can do anything you want to do. Yeah, man. You can do anything. That's sick, man. I think today's been. It's the first podcast idea was like, I was thinking like, I need to do something that's a bit more flowing in my life. I'm so busy with OWNA, like I'm so up the wall with it. I've got so many visions and ideas with OWNA that like my content's been slipping for a long time. Yeah. Like people don't even realise, like even prior to OWNA days, like in my last company that I had partners in and stuff, that never really went to plan. I never got where I wanted to be with that. Yeah. The Wandering was great, but I had a trademark issue going on in the background. There was all sorts, but with OWNA I'm so busy with that stuff that my content is sort of like wasn't really what I wanted to be recently. Yeah. So I said to myself, I want to do a playlist where like I'm still growing. So it fits in with my life and I'm still growing. And like even today I've learned stuff from like things you're saying today to me. Yeah. I've like took on board and I'm like, I've actually learned. Yeah. Like things, do you know what I mean? It's sick, man. I've learned stuff off you as well, man. Like I said, like when we sat down at Chemical Guys and we ended up doing our own meet and stuff, and like it's been sick, man. You know, like honestly, I said to Leanne, and she can verify this, was like, I've never met someone like Harry who thinks the same as me. Yeah. Like honestly, man, like it's but then we must be attracting it. Yeah, man, definitely, man. Yeah, it's. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you put out what you get back. You know what I mean? You get back what you put out in it. Do you know what I mean? And I've had to make like cutthroat decisions in my life. Like I don't know whether you have, but I've definitely felt in a position where we're getting a Costa. Where is it? Yeah, check left here. Mate, we've got to get a Costa. My mouth is dry. Like this is the whole plan, but like we've just got to. We end up. This is what me and Dan do. We meet up, we start talking, and then like hours and hours and hours go by, and we're like, mate, I didn't even get to say what I wanted to say to you, but I've got to go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's like, oh, it's 11 o'clock at night, man. We've been here since 7, like. Yeah. I've got to go and print some gear, but. So like, yeah, I think like I've had to make some decisions in my life. I don't know whether you've had to do this, but like when going back to that like manifestation thing, when you open your eyes and you go, what you're surrounded by and who you're surrounded by is down to you. Yeah, it is. That is down to you, and I've had to make decisions in my life quite a lot where I've gone, I'm not feeling where I'm positioned in my life at the moment. Yeah. And I've had to remove myself from that situation quite a few times. Would you say that you've been through that? Yeah, man. I used to hang around with certain people that had a negative impact on my life, man. Like massively. And eventually I removed myself from that situation. My life got better because I focused on myself. And then when you select the people that you're surrounded by, like we're close mates now. I've got other mates. And a lot of them are business owners now. Yeah. And I think, I don't know, man. I think you can. Sai and Chris and Travis and everyone's smashing it, aren't they? Exactly, man. And those like-minded people are the ones like
something happened with Kilo Wipers. I won't say anything about it at the moment, but Trav turned around to me and was like, you know what? It's not even my brand, but I'm so made up for you. This is sick. This is literally going to change the game. And it's so good to be surrounded by people like that. And that's what you need, man. It's positive influences around you.
Yeah. You need people to get on board with your stuff, if it's good or bad, just to get you through to the next phase or stage in your life.
Yeah, man. I used to have friends that used to just like A, take advantage, B, just constantly be negative. And honestly, man, it was the worst. It was the worst ever. And now I don't feel like I've got any. If anyone's negative in my life, literally, I'm not asked, bat it off, man. I don't even want to speak to you. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you just don't need it, do you?
Nah,
the negativity's like, I think it's like if you let that land on your homepage in your mind, I think you're like, there's no going back once it's in there. It's in there. You don't want to hold it. Everything's like a hold on. So like you can see something or do something, and then like an idea can pop into your head. You've got a choice whether to write that down. Yep. So you physically see it again. Set an alarm in your phone so you physically see it again.
You have bare alarms, you.
Yeah. No one knows it about me. Like, I have alarms from the minute I wake up in the morning to the minute I go to bed. I have like an external brain in my phone. Like, I think of it like an external brain. I want two brains.
Do your job.
Do your job. Harry, you need to do this. Harry, you need to do that. You need dog food tomorrow. You need to do this. So there's no... Is it on the retail park straight over?
Yeah, turn right, man.
We haven't even done a good pull, and this is like car. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, you need to get. Go on, then.
Front wheel drive.
It's on Michelin's now. Oh no, it's not this one.
Oh, is it not that one?
Yeah, turn right round this one and then left.
There you go. Yeah. Messing about. Messing about. Do you know what I will say? I reckon the car scene is pretty sick, man.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it, me, man.
Cool people.
Buried myself in it, man. Absolutely buried myself.
Yeah, same here, lad.
Yeah, met some
rabbit hole-ish.
Yeah, man, defo, man.
Is it left or right?
Left at the end, at the roundabout.
Yeah.
Like, buried myself in it. That was one thing that, like, I've done is I've buried myself in cars, and then my jobs ended up being surrounded by cars. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was mad.
Just because you like.
I was obsessed, man. Golf Mark 4s, I know we've got a thing for Mark 4
They're
golfs.
sick, aren't they?
Yeah, mate. R32 is like...
What was your first car?
My first car was a Renault Clio 1.2, man.
A Renault Clio 1.2.
It was £500, and then I got a loan out for £1,500, and then I spent £900 on a Kenwood CD player and a sub, and then I taxed it, and it was the biggest piece of rubbish ever. But I loved it, man.
And it got you where you are today.
Yeah, man.
It made you into it. The other thing I was going to say to you is, the other day I seen that you was going to swap your Mark 7 Edition 40, which is a very rare car for those who don't know. Edition 40s, how many were made?
There was supposed to be 1,000, but they think about 650 actually made it to the UK.
It's from order and stuff, yeah.
This is number 20.
And then Dan was going to swap it the other day for an RS3.
Yeah, RS3, yeah.
Which I think you shouldn't do.
Yeah, no, I'm you know what, man?
I think you should air this out.
Yeah, mate. It's getting. Sorry, Lambo. Right. So this car was originally built by Tom Lambert from Riverside Racing, and he was like, "Lad, if you ever get air-eyed, I'm deleting your number out my phone." So you're gonna have to delete my number, bro, because I've pushed the button on it, man.
Yeah,
it's Harry's fault. Blame Harry.
He's ordered it. It's done. But
it's done, man.
Another thing I wanted to say is, anyone watching the video right now, if you're engaged and you're getting involved and you like the podcast, get involved in the comments below and let me know who my next guest should be in it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Who do you reckon my next guest should be?
I think if you can get Queen Bee, Becky, check her out on Insta. Becky. Yeah. If you get her on your podcast, man, honestly.
Yeah, she's pretty sound.
I rate her, man. I think.
I met her at a shoot in it. Is it that way?
Yeah, left ear, man, and then.
I met her on a shoot in London. I did for like a mobile company.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was safe. She was safe.
Mate, watch a program. I watch it. You know what I mean? YouTube and that. And
yeah.
Mate, as a woman, like. She's smash. You know what I mean? Like, I always think it's harder for girls in the car scene, man. And I think she's a really sound, down-to-earth girl, man. If you could get Becky on your podcast, mate, it'd be sick.
Yeah, I'll work on it.
Post a comment.
No,
what
it's
you
a
guys
good
think.
shout. That is a good shout, to be honest.
Man.
She's inspirational, that's for sure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So this guy here, man, if Peter's on now, he's like, "Oh, I seen you with Harry, mate. He loves you, man.
What, in Costa?
His head's gonna spin off, mate."
We'll get a Costa to end it.
Yeah.
And then we'll say our goodbyes.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how long these things need to be, so we're sort of, what are you getting anyway?
What can I get for you?
No, it's not. It's not Peter. Is Peter in?
No.
No. It's Dan. Please could I get a...
We have to go Danny boy.
How's it going, man? Please, could I get a small skimmed latte?
Nope. Why do you want pizza is the question.
Because his mate, Harry Main's here. What you having, Harry?
Can I have a large cup of tea with 2 tea bags and oat milk?
The 2 tea bags, yeah?
Yeah, and oat milk, please.
Oh, well, yeah, tell us, mate.
No thanks, that'll do.
Go around.
Cheers, mate.
I'll get these in, bro.
Yes, G. Dan sorted me out. His car, his money, his tea. Yeah, man, that's sick.
Nice one.
Hi.
Yes! Ah.
You alright?
There you go,
How
bro.
you doing? Nice one,
bro.
Dan, lad. Can I get a receipt, please? Do you want to shout anyone out? You're on video. You can't see you, but you can hear you. How many coffees a day?
Oh, mate.
How many do you have?
How many coffees a day do I have, man? How many coffees a day do you reckon I have?
I don't know, about 4.
That's quite a lot
That's
from Costa.
It's a bad do it for.
Wonder how much you spend is. It'd be like
Oh, I don't even want to know, man.
10 in a day,
Mate, more than that, man.
20 quid a day,
I used to be 21 quid a day, man.
£21 a day.
Because I eat in here as well,
Thanks
do you know
a
what I
lot,
mean?
mate.
Easy 21 quid. That's
Nice
bad,
one, Dan.
dude. No worries, bro. Anytime.
Thanks, mate. There you go, lad.
Claim your tax back on that,
Get
bro.
the receipt there for the
Yeah,
business
sick, you
meeting.
know.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, sorry, I'm good. Back receipts there.
So this is my new thing for my podcast, which is like an audio recorder,
Yeah,
as you can see.
sending it.
Let us know how the audio is. Do we
Yeah.
need to work on it?
Is it switched
What?
on? Yeah.
It's not spiking. It does spike though when I talk this loud.
Yeah, mate, we speak loud, don't we? Connor always tells me, turn your voice down, sorry. Maxing the mics out, man.
Is that what he says?
Yeah.
Connor's your filmer, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
So Dan does his own YouTube videos. Dan's on social media. You want to tell him?
Yeah, man. Check out my YouTube,
Thanks a lot, lad.
youtube.com/killallwipers. If you want to check out our Instagram, it's at @kill_all_wipers, and my personal one is at @xtetx. Take it easy, man. So yeah, man. Been a sick little ride this, man.
Yeah,
Had some deep chats, man.
Little podcast.
Yeah.
I think there's so much more to say, so it's definitely not going to be the last time you're on, is
Yeah,
it?
defo, man.
Definitely not.
Mate.
We're going to try and get him in the next 10 guests again.
Yeah, sick, man.
Try and do something like that.
Defo, man. Get you on my channel, man.
Yeah,
Do a
yeah.
little podcast, man.
We need to do it.
Yeah, defo.
Right, so that's going to be the end of the first, picking up strangers. Dan is, like I said at the beginning, inspirational, motivational, gets me hyped, which is important.
Defo, man.
You got to be around people that get you hyped. Think about how people around you make you feel, and you'll know a lot about what you're around.
Definitely, man.
Innit?
Definitely, mate. Honestly, meeting Harry's like over the past year or so, like it's mad, man. Like we inspire each other. I think like we bounce off
different
each other. Do
ways
you know
and
what I
that,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, it's sick, man. And if
Sick.
you've got people around that in your life, you're winning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're going to go where you're supposed to be,
Yeah,
aren't you?
definitely, man.
So yeah, so let us know in the comments, get below. That's going to be the end of the first episode. Let us know what you think.
Sick.
I'm going to call it Picking Up Strangers. I've got like about 3 or 4 planned for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be pretty busy with it. I'm just going to try. At the end of the day, I've not got a lot of creative ideas at the moment towards the channel because I'm so focused on OWNA. Every pound I'm making OWNA is getting put
back
straight back into the company. So it's like I don't want to pull it out and make content with that money. So my content's sort of dry at the moment, and I do know that. So I'm hoping to do this, which is a bit more like sustainable, motivates me. I learn a lot, and it fits in with my life a bit more.
Defo, man. And it can motivate other people. And that's,
And yeah, and
you know what I mean?
that's
It's valuable.
it.
Yeah, man.
You've got to have good value system in your business, in both your content, your business, your vibe, your energy. You've got to have good value systems. If you've got good value systems, you're gonna get something back because someone gets something out of it.
Exactly, man. 1,000%, mate. Honestly, mate, we're just on the same wavelength. with
Value
that, man.
system's so important.
Yeah,
Started to
definitely,
think
mate.
a lot about like value system. That's where like OWNA to come up with that deal was like all the deals and all the stuff that we do. It's like I wanted to provide somebody with value without being greedy in the profits.
Definitely, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, why does a t-shirt that costs some brand like £2
Why is
need
it-
to be 50, 60 quid?
Exactly, yeah.
100 quid, £500 some brands.
Yep. Yeah,
Why
of
does it
course,
need
man.
to be like that? What are they doing with that cash to make the world a better place? Why does it need to be like that?
It's grim, innit? Because it's like that's a status thing, innit? Like
Yeah.
it's mad.
It's
It is
exhaustion.
mad. Yeah.
It's exhaustion. You want to offer somebody like good value,
Yeah.
good product for a good price point.
Yeah.
Happy days. Everyone wins.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah,
You
yeah.
build
can-
brand.
Yeah.
They get that. You build brand. They have to like work half as much to get
Exactly,
the
man.
same value,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
exactly.
they can focus on their own life and their own journey
Yeah,
whilst
man.
wearing sick clothes and that.
Exactly, man. Love it, me. That's sick, that.
Sick.
Buzzing. Cheers,
Nice
bro.
one, lad. that worked.
That actually worked.
That's going to be the
Sick.
new one. You've got to do that before
Yeah,
you get
that's it.
out.
That's it.
So yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned.
See you next time.
See you next time. Peace out.